Alright guys, this is the Center Right Alliance here with my friend Give Me Liberty, Give Me Freedom, and Soldier 7. And we're going to be debunking the Technocratic Socialist. Alright, hold on. Let me look up these dudes' names. I have their names somewhere in here. Alright, so we're going to be looking at all the Social Democrats who fought in the Nazi army, which proves pretty much that they were socialists. Let me find it. Alright, so as we can all see here, this man right here was a German general and a military planner in the Nazi army. And look what his political affiliation was. He was a member of the Social Democratic Party in Germany, and he fought in the Nazi army. Alright, now let me look up the other Social Democrats that fought. There was this guy, George, I can't pronounce his name, but he fought in the Nazi Air Force, and he was a member of the Social Democratic Party in Germany. He was a Social Democratic Party member, and he was also, and he also fought in the Nazi Air Force. And then we have this guy. He fought in the Nazi Navy, and he was also a Social Democrat.
Yeah, but they like to say it was like only right-wing people and conservative people who fought in the German army during World War II.
Yeah, even though there were Social Democrats who also fought in the Nazi military.
Yeah, they always sort of say something along the lines that they were right wing, even though you actually show the fascist group that actually turn out to be hates actually point out that they hate capitalists.
Exactly. But speaking of that, let me find another guy who I saw who was a Nazi who was talking about in a video how he hated capitalism. Let me find his video. Right here.
Greetings. It is time to make another video. And today I wanted to make a video about National Socialism and why National Socialism, as opposed to elusive nationalism or vague white nationalism.
Right, in this whole video, he talks a lot of shit about capitalism.
Yeah, he uses capitalism to buy stuff off the internet.
Yeah, he says that National Socialism is the only true way to free themselves from Jewish enslavement. Oh, and remember how in Scotty's the top 10 reasons why Nazi Germany was socialist?
Yeah.
Remember how Scotty talked about how Hitler hated the Jews and that was part of his socialism?
Yeah.
Well, I actually found something really interesting about how Jews are capitalists. I'm gonna find this video called "Anti-Semitism and Anti-Capitalism," and it talks about how they're linked. And anti-Semitism and anti-capitalism goes back to Karl Marx. Right here.
Right? The monk.
If we're not able to watch the video, because it's gonna be freezing a lot and stuff. If we're not gonna be able to watch it, I'll leave the link below the description.
Okay.
An important book which integrates philosophical ideas with their real-world consequences. The book will be available after the event for purchase and for signing. Dr. Yaron Brook is the executive director of the Ayn Rand Institute. He is a columnist at Forbes, and his articles have been featured in the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Investors Business Daily, and many other publications. He is a frequent guest on national radio and television programs and is a co-author of Neoconservatism, an obituary for an idea, and a contributing author to Winning the Unwinnable War, America's self-crippled financial advisory firm BH Equity Research, of which he is presently managing director. And
the chimerical nationality of the Jew is the nationality of the merchant, of the man of money in general. Anybody want to take a stab? Wow, this is like the best read audience I've ever met. I've never had anybody guess that. That is Karl Marx, a Jew. Karl Marx was a Jew. Karl Marx linked Judaism with self-interest, greed, capitalism, banking, merchant, trading. For Karl Marx, the Jew was the symbol of capitalism. He writes in this essay, the essay is called On the Question, on the Jewish Question, right? This is an essay on the Jewish question. And it's an essay where he's discussing the emancipation of the Jews in Germany. Should the Jews be emancipated in Germany? This is 1843, right? And he says, basically the Jews have taken over all of society. The Christians have become Jews. And what he means by that, the Christians have become capitalists. What we need, he says, is to emancipate society from Judaism, right? In other words, to emancipate society from capitalism. Only then can we emancipate the Jew, in a sense, from himself.
Now, obviously, since this video is like 1 hour long, we're not going to be able to watch the whole thing entirely, but I will leave this below in the description.
Yeah.
Alright, now we're going to talk about this. Alright, so in this video, he's talking about all the things that the taxpayers pay for and stuff, because he's a democratic socialist. He advocates for everything to be all public ownership and such. But anyway, the thing is, who's the one that funds the public sector besides the taxpayers and stuff? Who pays the wages of the public sector? The private sector.
Yeah.
And it's funny because in some of I've commented on some of his videos, and when I've looked, he's talked about how he's gonna kill the private sector. You cannot have a public sector. There could be no public sector without a private sector. And as Vladivostok says right here, Vladivostok says something funny. I want a free bottle of Jack and a cigar delivered to my house every morning. Taxes should pay for that too. The funny thing is, look right here, Benji Adam Whiskey. It's gonna need some radical change in America. Some of these programs. He's a communist. Communism is supposed to be stateless, and yet he's supporting taxpayers paying money and a big government.
Yeah. Well, some communists believe in a thing called revolutionary taxes.
Yeah.
Like in the Philippines, the communist militants there.
I like how he brings up Norway and these other countries, and these other countries that used to be a democratic socialist country, but the thing is, those countries are no longer social democrats. Those countries are now social market economies, which means that it is capitalist. There's privatization and everything on the business, only with strong government supervision. So in a way, he's contradicting himself. Now let me find another video of his where he talks about how Nazi Germany was capitalist.
Okay.
He doesn't really have much videos, but
Yeah.
it's funny because in this video he talks about how libertarians are fascists, but like we all mentioned all those social democrats who fought in the Nazi regime. So read the title.
Yeah. How many videos we plan on looking at? Because I may need to head off soon.
I don't know.
Because I may be getting that thing with my stomach again.
Yeah.
Naturally side with Franco, Mussolini, and Hitler on the issue of the Spanish Civil War.
It's funny because what's laughable is how Luis didn't even say anything about how he supported Franco in the Spanish Civil War. What's his name again? Social Democrat One's dumbass just accused him of that because Luis had uploaded that clip in our first video from like where it shows when the New York Times funded Fidel Castro, and the Spanish Civil War happened to come up there, and it shows where the communist militants were responsible for their human rights abuses. And as we watched it, we all noticed, like we all noticed that he says that we were showing love for Franco and all the Nazis, even though the clip that Lewis used did not say a word about Franco. All it simply talked about was the communist militants' human rights abuses. What an idiot!
Hey Ethan, it's starting to rumble in there. I think I'm gonna have to head off.
Yeah, we're gonna end this right now because we're gonna make a part 3 to this. Be
Yeah,
prepared.
we need to we should redo this or something. Sorry.